commentary channels for me, I hate them because they make an entire career based off slating people.
Yeah.
I do make jokes about people, like we've made hundreds of Morgs jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're literally, you know, like, for example, JaackMaate.
Yep.
I'm Alex, all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I've met Alex once, seemed all right.
Yeah.
Never met JaackMaate, so I'm not judging them personally. But they make videos, you know, that are like, we need to stop KSI, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you're making your entire career off hating that person. You're not even praising them, kind of thing. Like JaackMaate did do a video where he praised JJ.
Yeah, so at this point in the podcast, we wanted to speak about JaackMaate and I'm Alex, because they had a bit of a beef, bit of a meltdown recently publicly on Twitter. And because obviously we're doing a podcast, they did a podcast, or still do, well, Happy Hour I'm talking about, and they kind of started it at the same time
Alex
as us.
has his own podcast as well.
So he has a podcast with James Marriott. Is that James Marriott?
Okay.
It's called the Campcast. So he's had that longer than they did Happy Hour. They had that for a long time. But then obviously I Am Alex was also like a co-host of Happy Hour as well. So yeah, obviously I really like JaackMaate. Do I want to talk about this on the thing? Yeah, I'm going to talk about this. So
here we go.
I've got a bit. It's gonna be
Drama's starting.
This is going to be a clip. And I hope he watches this. It's so funny. Me and Jack are going to film a video about a certain thing, which will come out soon. But I wanted to tell him this.
Do I know?
It's about a computer game. Did I mention it to you?
I don't know. Anyway, carry on.
I'll tell you later, yeah. I think maybe we've briefly spoken about it. But yeah, anyway, we're going to do this video. And
I do know.
Yeah. But it's just, he lives in Norwich, which I knew but didn't know.
Okay.
Because he does a podcast in London. So I was like, so no, I got to go to Norwich. So I've got to find a time. Anyway, I was going to wait until I was with him to tell him this. But you know, Laura is obsessed with JaackMaate.
Really?
Like, she's obsessed. Like, he is her favourite YouTuber by far. Even I'm Alex, all them, she loves them. Like,
oh my God.
It comes to the point where literally I tweeted. So it's about me and him. We're going to film a Have a Hotel video. Sorry if I shouldn't have said that. But he tweets. I think he used to play it a lot, and he tweets about it, and I used to play it a lot as well. So I was just like,
used to.
Don't still play it, shut up. But I'm gonna love it. But so I was replying to him, and she saw that I replied to him, and then he replied to me back. So she was like, "Oh my God!" She replied to me. She's like, "He just replied to you." She was like, "Please do a video with him." Like, and then I was like, "Yeah, he just messaged me." She was like, "Oh my God, do it!" So originally I was like, I wanted him to come do it in my flat, so Laura could be there, and I would like film her because she'd have like a massive fangirl moment. She watches him all the time. Like literally, every time I come home, she's got him on the TV. Yes, and I tell JJ, it's like a running joke with JJ. I'm always like, she's watching JaackMaate. And hey, I'm not
surprising my wife with her favourite celebrity.
Oh damn! Why'd you have to tell me that on air? You can see that video's coming soon. Yeah, this is weird. So I'm always texting JJ. Laura doesn't know this, that I'm always texting her about it. Laura. So anyway, I got home the other day and she was in the bath, and she leaves the bathroom open because like it gets really hot. And when she watches TV, she puts her laptop on the toilet and watches like Netflix and iPlayer. I got home and she had JaackMate's podcast on the toilet while she was in the bath.
It's where it belongs, on the toilet.
It's trash. No, it's actually really good.
Trash is shit. You don't put trash in the toilet.
Oh,
you put shit in the toilet.
Shit.
Wow, Randolph. No, I don't think it's shit.
No, it's really good. Go listen to it. It's really good. We love them guys. But JJ's reply was, yeah, she's definitely ripping one out.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you said it, I was like,
yeah.
Weird for her to watch it in the bathroom.
It is a little bit weird, yeah.
Yeah,
but it's so funny. She's such a JaackMaate fan. So this clip's probably going to be titled "Randolph's wife is in love with JaackMaate." I thought I'd include that a little bit there. So obviously, because she's a big fan, and I like these guys as well, I've been watching this thing unfold. And because we also do podcasts, I'm always like, I was surprised when I first saw that Jack tweeted that I'm Alex is not on the podcast anymore. I was like, whoa. So where do we start?
Well, the first thing that happened was Alfie.
Yeah.
That was before anything with Jack and
publicly happened, yeah. So
so Alfie did a podcast with iNabba and I'm Alex.
Yeah.
Where he went to their flat and basically just said to them, like, he just laid down a load of things like, oh, you said this, you said this, you said this. Explain yourself.
Yeah.
It was things like, for example, there's just top of the head, he'd say, you called my book a massive cash grab. Mm-hmm. do you even know how much I made? And they were like, no. And he went, well, then why did you say that?
Yeah.
And they said, oh, because it was. And he said, I made £4,000 from it. And
From
they
the
were
advance.
like, oh, £4,000.
That's one thing he didn't mention.
Yeah. He did say, like, I got my first advance was £4,000.
Which also, his first book was a long time ago. That's a lot of money.
It is, but a massive cash grab.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
If you're going to slate his entire book because
Yeah,
it's a cash grab, and then he does say that, it was kind of like, okay, he has only said it's his first advance, but
yeah.
at the same time, he then goes like, do your research, and they were kind of like, oh, and then the merch was the big thing for me.
Yeah.
Because Alfie points out that iMalik slates people, and loads of people slated Ollie for his merch. Ollie White.
Yeah.
Because his, what does it say? It was
It just said Ollie.
is that the one?
Yeah, it was like, no, it was like a picture of his face. It's a stickman or something.
Wasn't it like, how are you or something like that?
Well, I think
It had like a word or like hello or something like that.
Yeah, it had quite a few.
I know I'm saying that and I have a hi t-shirt, but it does have a pattern on the back too. Okay, just to clear that up. But he then released, iMalik's then released his own merch.
Yeah.
Which
Just
just
an
said internet sensation.
yeah.
And he it's kind of like, it's very hypocritical, and he does the whole thing of like, oh, but mine's ironic. And it is a kind of...
Yeah, well, I do half get that. But I'm also like...
I get the idea, but as Alfie says, I'm not trying to like brown nose Alfie here. I am like, well, iMalik's didn't get any of the money because he got scammed.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be getting all that money, or you should be doing it very cheap. Like, I know JaackMaate released a t-shirt.
Yeah, it was really cheap and he put it to charity.
He literally did it like £9 or £8
Yeah.
and it all went to charity. I'm like, if you're making a t-shirt based off irony and it's all going, it's not even like a good pattern or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Well, my issue with it anyway is let's go, like, just going, like, zooming out a bit, is like, first of all, on the merch thing, like, you should be able to, you can sell whatever merch you want.
Yeah, you can.
Because your audience will buy it. The issue is like, they don't sugarcoat it and say it's not for the money. Like, if I'm going to sell merch, I'm obviously doing it so I can make money. Otherwise I wouldn't do it, or I would give it away, or I'd make it really cheap and just cover my costs. Like, I'm obviously going to do it because I'm like, I got flats to pay for, got other things to pay for, I want to get some money for my music video. So I'm like, I'm going to do this for the money. Like, don't be transparent with that. So it's like, I'm Alex, maybe, I'm not just talking about him. Obviously, so many YouTube channels. JaackMaate also had a go at people for the merch. I'm also like, maybe put a bit more effort into your merch than just putting like Ollie or whatever it is, or if that's what it was. But at the end of the day, if that's what your fans like, then that's okay. But I do think you still make your merch as sick as you can get it.
Yeah, you can literally make whatever you want. If your fans want it, that's
yeah. But to be fair to Alex, though, he did say that he was like, you are right as well. Like. So going back a little bit again, just to get my point across more clear, is that the video these commentary people make on people are obviously bad because they're attacking them. But the thing is, it's not like the other person can't reply back as well. It's like, if you're going to do something online, you should be able to have someone then hold you accountable for it.
Some of them aren't always things that are seen as bad until someone points them out as bad. It's like, because Alex even says in that interview, he goes, I could literally say today, I can't remember the example he uses. He says something like, Ollie White killed 10 people yesterday.
Yeah.
And people would believe him.
Yeah.
And that is a thing of like, for example, I could literally I could talk about your album and make something up and just go, Randolph stole my entire verse for this song.
Yeah.
And everyone will believe me.
Yeah.
And it's like a thing of, I could turn the truth into something that I want it to be.
Yeah, it's really hard because I've seen these commentary videos before, and I like JaackMaate and I like Alex, so I'm not trying to go at them here, or I'm not trying to pick them up. I'm just looking at it how it is. Like, I've seen some JaackMaate videos before that I'm like, I don't agree with that point. It's not like I hate him for doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I disagree with that point, which is fair enough. So the issue is then, like, JaackMaate can make a video on Alfie, then Alfie can make a video back addressing every point, which is what he should do. The issue then is the issue then is like, if Alfie has been like exposed on a certain point, he then actually can't straight up answer that because it's not true. Like, sorry, he is money grabbing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
did you ever see the Tory video, the pound in a day?
Yeah.
And you saw how it isn't at all what everyone started making videos about.
It's not. It was still so funny that it was still bad. Like,
Why was it bad though?
because he was like,
He literally says at the start of the video, I'm going to spend £1 on food and water. That's it. Food and drink. And then the thing everyone got at him was he went to the gym and was like, well, that cost you £50 a month or whatever for membership. How are you doing that? Then he goes to like a market and he's like, oh, I'm buying that, that and that. And they're like, how are you buying that with £1?
yeah, but then
And
he
he
goes
literally-
buy his jewelry.
But they all cut out the start where he says he's only spending it on food and drink. I'm not trying to defend Alfie here.
No,
or anything,
I know.
But I'm just like,
Well,
you
yeah,
see how it's so manipulated to...
yeah.
And it's the exact same thing with stuff like Raheem Sterling. Like the amount of times they pick up on one thing.
Yeah, but I don't
ignore.
think that is. I don't think that is just what the commentary style videos are. Like, I think they obviously are misinformed or haven't done the research because it's hard.
No, they just want to...
There's no way you can know. Like,
Most of the time is to get the best video possible.
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying, like, the people. This is what happens. Someone like Alfie will make a video about the £1 thing, right? And then JaackMaate will call him out on it, and a bunch of people call him out on it, and then he'll take the video down and do an apology video. I'm like, if you think. I think to be fair, Alfie's apology video was good. Like, he was like, "Yeah, you guys are right. So I could have done things certain better. I could have been a lot more clear.
Yeah.
I could have maybe, done this whole thing differently." So in this example, he handled it pretty well. But you'll see a lot of people who will take the video down, do an apology video, and not answer any of the points. It's like, well,
Yeah.
therefore, if you are then annoyed at these people attacking you, then make a video back saying we need to stop JaackMaate.
That's what he tried doing, though, isn't it? Like with those two in the podcast.
But then you get JaackMaate in the video. That's also that.
So then
part,
that leads us on to...
So part of that podcast is the issue, which is JaackMate's original issue with that was, well, like, why aren't you getting me in it? Because Alfie, I like Alfie. Nothing against him, and obviously I'm not. I don't know Alfie enough to hate him or like him. He's just a guy. I'm just taking it as it is. But he clearly went for Ainaba and Alex because they're big now. They're definitely growing, but they're smaller people who. The issue comes is when these commentary channels are smaller and then blow up. Because they will slowly start to become Alfie without realizing they are. And they will just say, look, I'm ironic, I'm doing it in my own way, but they are still doing the same thing that Alfie's doing. It's just that I think people like Alfie should be more real with the people and be like, this is what it is. Like, look, I'm running a business, which I think Alfie is now. That's why I did this video, because he's like, look, I can say these things now.
Yeah.
Alfie was so young when this blew up, but let's say the same with JJ. Like they were like the pioneers of this world, so it's new to them. So they've obviously got to learn. They can learn things and do things better. But yeah, I do think he chose Alex and Fraser.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because he could probably manipulate him a little bit more.
I mean, they did seem to back down on...
Yeah, so then that's what led to then the JaackMaate and Alex arguing, which I didn't actually see. I never actually... It's probably... Someone pre-recorded... someone probably recorded the live stream that Alex did, but I've not seen it, so I can't really comment on it too much.
Because, you know how when they talk about I'm Alex's clothing?
Yeah.
And Fraser even says, like, oh, he's got you there.
Yeah.
And then I'm Alex even goes, like, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway, I didn't get the money.
Yeah.
And he kind of admits that he shouldn't be selling that merch.
Yeah.
And then I saw the other day he released, like, new colorways of the same T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you've now said that you don't... I don't know. To me, I'm kind of confused with the whole thing, because it's like, it is exactly what you said of... They kind of blow up on YouTube and then become what they've gone against the entire time.
Yeah, and
it's only a matter of time until smaller channels come through
and do the same
start
thing
doing to them, and
yeah.
then become the same thing.
Yeah, so it's tough. I think, but obviously, like it is hard. To be fair to Alex, I think in that he's saying, like, yeah, I'm guilty of that a little bit, because when you are that small, you don't really understand what is going on.
Yeah.
In behind the scenes with stuff like the book and that. And obviously now Alex will be earning more money from his YouTube videos as well. He's like, oh, okay, now I see. And then what the big thing is, what JaackMaate was talking about, is that you're now becoming friends with the people who you're slagging off. Yeah. Which is a huge thing.
Because it means you won't you'll be biased when you start.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, just because you're friends now. But then again, it's hard because, like, obviously a way a lot of small channels even get views is because you will name someone in the title. We do it on the podcast. We'll talk about Logan, and that'll get more views.
Thanks, Logan.
yeah.
Love you.
So obviously, first of all, it's messy because there's no way someone can make a commentary video and get everything bang on all the way through.
Yeah.
Because they don't know things, they won't do the research. I'm guilty of it as well. I'll say something in the podcast. We've said things in the podcast when truly we don't know the full thing. Like we'll talk about J.K. Rowling's tweets. We've not gone and done all the research in there, and that's our fault. At the end of the day, we're talking as we would on the podcast, and if we were off the podcast. So we're not perfect. It's just I feel like I wish people would be more honest. I wish Alex would be more honest. I wish Alpha would be more honest and just be more open to the fans. Which I think people are becoming that now.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is for me, I am personally, I know I've made jokes about people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like be like, oh, I've changed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But obviously everyone's made jokes about other YouTubers and stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever made videos. I may be wrong. I don't think I've made videos entirely or based around where a strong topic is based on a person's mistake.
Yeah.
You know, like, yes, we've made big jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know how like wow.
Sorry.
Wow. So, I've lost my train of thought now.
Sorry.
What was I going to say? I really can't remember. That noise is...
You were talking
really
about...
just switched my brain.
Yeah, you were talking about you've not mentioned people...
Oh, yeah, but I really, like, I hate channels that just aim to knock people down. Even if they have made a mistake, though.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of...
God damn it.
Randolph, man. Oh, I'm going to have to get a new host. Yo, JaackMaate, Alex, if you're listening.
Damn it.
But I don't like channels that literally just aim to knock people down because I'm like... Even Logan, for example, what he did, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking the main thing he did.
Yeah.
But why... Like, you're actually trying to benefit off it.
Yep.
Otherwise, like, okay, if you're going to make a video on it... Like, I think True Geordie did it. As in, he did the video where he spoke about it, but then he gave... I want to say he gave the proceeds to a charity or something.
Okay.
I think. But I'm kind of there like...
I don't know.
Or he didn't monetize it or something.
Yeah.
I'm kind of there like... If you're going to literally try and do it to benefit off it, like you shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, like in True Geordie's perspective, like obviously now he's sat down with Logan and he's spoken to him and his opinion on him has changed.
Yeah.
I do think it is hard to judge somebody just based on their actions. Like obviously Logan messed up. That is not his entire character. I think there's a difference. I think certain people who make this content, I think when JaackMaate goes someone like Alfie, I really don't think he's not actually calling that person a bad person. Like that's why he was so annoyed that he wasn't involved in the podcast. He said like, look, I would love to come and talk to you about this. Obviously he's not going to sit there and be like, you're a prick, you're a prick, you're a prick. He'll actually listen to him. But it's like, well then just give him a chance, just talk about it then. Like
all I'm saying is Alfie and JaackMaate.
Make it happen. Although
make that video.
JaackMaate did say though in the podcast with we're getting ahead here as well a little bit. But when he did the podcast with Alex and they were talking about the fallout, he did say towards the end of that podcast video that he feels like if now that everything's out in the open, if he did, it's clear to see obviously Alfie doesn't like Jack, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
He goes at him so much. He's already made all of his points. Did you watch his video where he was reacting to Alfie? It's like a 30-minute long video.
I saw most of it. I think.
Yeah, so in that video, he said that he said all he could say, and he's kind of saying and he knows that Alfie probably won't agree with them, so he knows what that video already is going to be. So there's no point doing it. I'm saying even if you know what that video is going to be, do it anyway because it's still going to be entertaining for people like us.
But literally, don't just talk about those points. Then talk about everything.
Yeah, talk about something new, bring something new, and then see his opinion on that.
Yeah,
they could talk about. But one thing I want to say is as well, like I know how we're also hypocritical in this world because everyone likes it until they talk about you or your friend.
Yeah.
Because even JaackMaate, I love his videos. He'll make a video on JJ and I'll be like, mainly because like some points are wrong because no one knows.
That's the thing when he does a video on a random person,
you don't know
it. So when he says a fact, that is literally what we said. Of you can make anyone believe anything online.
Yes. Yeah.
So then if he does one about JJ, you're sat there like, I know that's not true.
Yeah, and then even if JJ does
then you
one
see
back,
the comments all like, oh, I can't believe he did that. And you're like, what? He didn't. Like, but you can't make them believe that just from that.
And then even if JJ doesn't want back, there'll still be people who believe it, who didn't watch JJ's, who doesn't get their point rebunked. But end of the day, it just come down to Alex in his videos. To be fair, his videos where he's like, we need to stop somebody, he titles it that. He doesn't always go straight at them. He'll title it that, and then he'll be like, all right, that's what I've done to draw people in. Now I'm going to give you the whole spiel, which is fair enough. It's just hard, man. It's just a hard genre. And I think even Alex is saying he's trying to do less commentary and more reaction. Like reacting to some dumb video someone did.
Like that for me is like Will and E, for example.
Yeah.
I want to say, a lot of people might disagree and just say, oh, it's just because his content was like, that he did this content instead.
Yeah.
But the main thing that blew him up to me was BG Media. Like,
yeah. Well, no, I think he admits that as well.
And it was kind of like, okay, he was just kind of bullying kids at the start.
Yeah.
It was funny. I found them hilarious. But he was kind of just knocking these kids down.
Yeah.
But his content's changed drastically now.
Yeah, I know recently as well, he's tried to stay away from more of the drama stuff.
But to me, I've enjoyed his videos way more.
Okay, yeah.
Like now, I enjoy his videos way more than I did.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay, it's funny, but I was kind of... I'd kind of have to be watching it to be there like, oh, he's laughing at this, or he's laughing at this kid.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of sat there like, oh, look at this kid.
Yeah.
Now it's like he's actually doing ideas that I'm like, oh, that's sick. Like, what's the one he did? The awards or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And he's like tricking everyone.
Well, yeah,
it doesn't harm anyone.
Yeah,
by doing it.
Yeah, I do agree fully. But then again, they are super entertaining, and I know why people enjoy these videos. People do them because they do well. People enjoy them because when it's against someone you don't know, it's funny, it's entertaining. But obviously, people can get hurt with it. The one thing I will say is, if somebody on a commentary channel is coming back at you, if you've got a problem with it, truly, then just do one back.
But another issue with that is commentary channels like thrive off drama.
Yeah.
And if you do a video back, that's just like, oh, they get to do another video on you.
Yeah. So So you just gotta accept the fact. That's what JJ does well. JJ's like, he never really cares how big the like. It's also to come down to size. Like this guy Brad does banter did one on me, like something like why I hate Randolph or something. And I watched that and I was like, well, this guy is wrong in a lot of points, but it's like I ain't gonna care about it because if I respond to it. Well, first of all, if I respond to it, is my video going to do well?
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that. Also, if it does well, then they're going to do one back and it's going to big them up. So it's like, if I truly don't want that person to keep doing this stuff, I just dead it.
Yeah.
But then again, if I choose that decision to not go back at him, I should then also choose a decision not to then bitch about him.
True.
Yeah, I can't be like, oh, this guy's a prick because I haven't said my thing on him. True, so you just got to live with it. End of the day, YouTube's a horrible platform, and
it really is.
The way you get views is by clickbaiting and going at people. Well, it's not even YouTube; it's the world. That's how headline. That's how people in the headline do. Yeah, the Rappy and Sterling stuff. It comes to a point where I don't know, it's hard, man. There's no real way to solve it.
Yeah, that's the issue.
The way to solve it would be have YouTube as a platform that doesn't thrive on the algorithm choosing the more.
What do you think about the idea of? I know someone else said this a while ago.
No views,
no view counter, and likes and dislikes. And I was kind of like, firstly, you'd have to have some way of knowing how they've done because
you at least need to know something.
Yeah. And also, like,
well, you know how much money you make.
Brand deals don't make any, like, brands.
Yeah, they can't.
YouTube can't advertise on stuff that they don't know how many views it's getting.
Yeah, I like the idea of it. I don't think it can work because also it would still work because the algorithm would still know what got more views, so it would still push the ones that get more views to the top.
Yeah, but as in no public knowledge.
Yeah, because you do make an opinion on the views. If you watch a video and it's got a bunch of dislikes, you will be like, this video is going to be trash, even if it's not.
Well, like for example, we can't. Like, you're not allowed to say how much you earn from your YouTube earnings. You're not allowed to show your analytics.
Yeah, okay.
I think you can say how much you earn, I think.
You can't show the
but you can't show the analytics, yeah. So, what if they put, like, that on that page? So you can't show people your views and stuff. You can only show it to companies if you want to try and get a brand deal.
True. Or they can connect to your account somehow, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting.
What about just getting rid of the dislike bar? Just the dislike bar. So there's still likes, still views.
Maybe, yeah. But... I don't know enough about it to know what the solution is. Because think about it, like, articles don't have it, and still the issue is there. Like, we don't see how many clicks Sterling headline gets.
Yeah.
Sometimes websites include
but I think
it.
it's just like, you know how you'll see a video and you're like really proud of it, and you're like, why have like a few hundred people dislike this? Like, there's nothing to me to dislike about it.
Yeah.
So you get rid of that, and you wouldn't really care.
True, because we are whether you like it or not, we are driven by views, likes, and comments do hurt, even if you try not to read them, and dislikes, even if you try to ignore them. Yeah. Anyway, just going on this as well, because we wanted to talk about the actual fallout between those two. Which I was surprised. I remember sat with you and I was like, "Oh, he's gone. He's left the podcast." I think what happened was that was a lot of stuff internally that they were having a lack of communication on. I also want to say one thing is before I was talking to JaackMaate originally about this podcast. He was like, podcast going really well. Good to see you guys doing great. And I was like, yeah, you too. And I was like, it's refreshing to see a podcast that's not just about the guests and just two people just chatting or three people just chatting and, bringing topics in that way. Yeah. And then literally since then they've had a guest and sick guests as well, like sick people on. And I'm like, well, now I look like an idiot. I still do like the guests at the angle, and I still want to get more people on here. I also like the fact that I think Alex didn't throw a dig at us. He was something like, he was talking about their podcast and he was like, I like this podcast because it's not just two lads sat talking. Although I think he also was talking about his own with James, because that is just, I like both aspects.
Yeah, it's just different. It's just what you want to go for, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. So he said that. Anyway, I like the way we do things. But I just thought I'd point out what I said to Jack, because it was just funny how I was like, great to see that. And then his next one was like Ricky Gervais. So I'm like, fuck. But I think that's where the issue comes from. Something like their lack of communication, which everyone can, even we can communicate better for this podcast. It's just hard. YouTube's hard because there's so much stuff going on. And this podcast for us, same with the music, with JJ, it's just a way for us to talk and put content out there.
Yeah.
And then when it becomes something that's more than just that, which it has to be successful, also it becomes harder to organise and get things going. So they had a lack of communication, and it was something like they had the Tube show and Alex was like getting evicted and he couldn't make it to one of the shows, so then he kind of said to Jack he couldn't do it, but I don't know if he said it that clear, like, I can't do it. It's more of like, And then Jack was like, that's a bit odd. That's annoying. I'll have to do it myself. With Stevie. Damn it. I hate when you mess something up in a podcast because, anyway.
Carry on.
Yeah. And then it came to the Ricky Gervais episode. That is a tough part as well. When, if you're not, if there's then tension between the two, and then I'll just say what happened. So then Ricky Gervais came about, and then Jack was like, I'm not sure if Alex is committed to it. I'm not sure if he's all about it, or if he wants to just come to the good one. So obviously everyone would want to do the Ricky Gervais episode. I think then Netflix were like, you can't have a co-host. But then Jack was like, I need Stevie. And then I think he said he maybe could have fought more to get Alex on, because he's not sure how committed he was. He didn't. And then Alex was like, what the hell? I'm a huge fan of Ricky. I would love to do that. It just got messy, I think. And then I think then Jack was like, and it was falling out, not talking to each other. And then Jack was like, all right, I guess this is not happening anymore. But I think it's just all on a lack of communication. I think Alex was like, I never wanted to not do the podcast anymore. But we both could have communicated better. You should watch the full podcast. It's a good watch.
I will do.
Yeah. I had to watch it just to keep it with Laura. But that's what I like. That's what I do love, though. I love the fact that they actually went, instead of doing diss tracks. Obviously, diss tracks are diss tracks.
So not them, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's so not them. Yeah, but it's still good. I still enjoy the fact that people, you should respond. If you got a problem, respond. But I love the fact that they went and actually spoke about it on a podcast. Because when it becomes face to face, it's a whole different ball game. You're not then like, oh, Alpha's a prick. This, that, this, that. If you're standing next to him, you have to give him respect to speak about him. Which is what Alpha tried to do with that video. And to be fair, I enjoyed that video, but I can see there are so many flaws in it. It's not fair. I don't think it's truly fair. And I think if JaackMaate was on there, it'd be totally different. But I do rate Jack and Alex for getting on
Jack, do it.
Just do it, man. Just do it.
The video would be so good.
Do it for the fun of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, because they're both smart guys, both articulate.
So I think they would, and I don't think either of them is like that kind of person to just back down to please the other.
No, yeah.
They would stick to their point. It's like, if I believe you are this,
yeah,
unless you convince me or not, I'm sticking with it. It's not kind of like, oh, actually, no, hey, man, we're best friends now.
Yeah, and I do, Jack's point at Alex in the video, and I don't think, it was that Alex was bottling it. I'm not sure. I agree with it a little bit, but also I don't at the same time. Like, it was an hour and a half video. Like, there are points that he did, there are points that he didn't. But I still think the hard point is that I'm Alex is a newer YouTuber than Alfie in the sense that starting to get traction. I know Alex has been doing this thing for a long time, but Jack's been around there forever. Yeah. Alfie's been around forever. That's like, and they're the two that have been like actually like beefing a lot. So just do it because if someone, I'm trying to think, say Jallo, right? Say Jallo made a video on KSI as a prick, which pretty much did in diss tracks. Put Jallo in a room with JJ and he will 100% back down.
Yeah,
JJ will just fuck him up. Like he'd just be like, let's go. And then at that point, Jallo will look like he's bottling it, and he will bottle it because it's hard because he's not on the same level. Whereas, does that make sense? Have I explained that right?
They just don't have that way. It's not the same level. It's like it's literally you can say anything over the internet.
Yeah,
and it's not you're not seeing it.
Yeah,
face to face. Like I could literally say, like, oh, I hate Alfie Days.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of there like, oh, it's fine. He ain't gonna. Like, whatever, it's calm. Yeah. But if I'm sat next to him, I'm not going to go, I hate you, Alfie. By the way, I don't. I actually like Alfie.
Yeah. Well, end of the day, it's hard. The commentary channels are hard because end of the day...
It was like JJ and Memulous. Sorry to interrupt.
No, yeah.
You know when Will made JJ come out at Memulous and it was like, Memulous was there like, oh, hey, man. Yeah. And it was like, well, no, like... 2 days ago, you released a video about like JJ being a dick, pretty much.
Yeah, but also in that regard, because JJ is who he is, and he allows for the hate. He likes those videos. He actually wants those videos to happen because he finds them funny.
Yeah,
it's half satire because they're like, oh, fuck KSI. Like Alex did a video, we need to stop KSI. He's making points on JJ. It's not like he's actually coming for JJ.
Yeah,
you know, and that's because JJ is who he is because he lets that happen. Like. Or if he didn't, he would fire back at them. It's like people like people like Alfie. It's not within their brand. They don't have the right audience to then clap back at someone and go full force into like, oh fuck you, you're wrong, because that's their content. They can't like now. Maybe Alfie's more mature. His audience has grown a little bit. He's like, this is a good time for me to do this video. The point still stands that JaackMaate is not a bad guy, but he will go at people that at some point or another you are friends with, and you'll be like, that guy's a prick. But he dies. It's just his opinion. Alex is not a bad guy. Memulous is not a bad guy. Will's not bad. They're not bad people. So, and Alfie's not a bad person. He might do questionable things. Everyone does questionable things. He ain't a bad guy. Like, he's not a bad guy. He's just not.
That's the thing. I've never met a YouTuber that I can think of anyway that I haven't liked. Like, everyone I've met has been nice.
Yeah.
So I imagine JaackMaate is nice.
Yeah.
I've never met him is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met Alfie and he's really nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, I bet they'd get on. It's literally JJ and Logan.
Yeah,
if they weren't fighting, they would get on.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like, I've met YouTubers who, everyone's nice. There are people who I'm like, you're just a twat. As in like, not a bad person, you're just annoying.
Okay, yeah, there's that.
But no one's...
They don't mean bad.
Yeah, they don't mean bad, yeah.
They're not like a horrible person.
Yeah.
Just a bit annoying.
Yeah. I think everyone who, if you make a commentary video on someone, make one back. I think it comes down to if say you're going to make a commentary video called saying we need to stop Randolph. I either accept it and be like, yeah, I fucked up, or I make a video back explaining myself. That's my options.
Or you can ignore it
or ignore it. Yeah, sorry, or ignore it.
But the thing is, when you ignore it, but when you ignore it, or you decide not to, or you accept it, you ignoring it is you accepting it.
Yeah, you're cancelled.
Yeah,
it's so hard. It's so hard. And then you do an apology video. All I'm saying is, if anyone does an apology video, just be real in the apology video. Yeah. Because it's even worse than, what's that girl who was on Drama Alert who was fake crying?
I know who you mean. I can't remember the name.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
That's been a good podcast. We need to do, I know, we need to do a podcast with Jack, Alex, so we need, or someone who does these commentary channels so we can discuss further.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to get guests on first.
Yeah, we have the space. We also don't have the space. Like,
we haven't figured it out yet. We will figure it out.